Welcome to Rauta's Reviews. Today we have yet another Finnish band that released its latest albums less than a couple of months ago. This band is called Unshine, and today we have their fourth album under review. Let's take a look how Astrala looks like. Starting with the CD, which is here. You can see full moon, a couple of crescents, which is also there on the cover of this CD release. Here's the background with the info and lineup and all that stuff. Unshine has been there for like 17 years now, starting with 2001, and they mostly released CDs with every 3 or 5 years. So kind of active, but not exactly a quick band to do their releases. The band call their music druid metal, so that is kind of a hipsterish thing, but I guess there is some truth with it, considering that Unshine is actually creating sort of folkish metal. Well, folk metal is not exactly a kind of a be-all end-all word or term for type of music, considering it can have very many kinds of music, all the way from fiddle playing to kind of black metal stuff with mouth harps and whatnot. Now Unshine's music is, at least with Astrala, it's more like kind of atmospheric stuff with a little bit gothic feeling added into it, especially when it comes to the female vocals, which are dominating the music. Now, with this kind of music, it's clear that there's kind of a lot of power metalish, or at least kind of a traditional heavy metalish elements, which are then blended into melodic metal and with folk metal layers and this kind of a gothic vibe, and that eventually becomes what Astrala is, or what Unshine is nowadays. Now, if these single elements like power metalish or whatever seem kind of like something that might be a little bit like, I don't know if it's my cup of tea, well, it's clear that Astrala is just having kind of a more like a spiced layer that is just have a few ideas from here and there and then make a creation of its own, kind of like imagine it's like a salad or pizza. When I add feta cheese on your pizza, it doesn't mean that whole pizza tastes like feta cheese or it isn't made of dairy products, but instead it's still like this fantastic piece of food, or music in this case, where just these little ingredients kind of support each other, one another, and then it becomes this full-fledged nice idea what this album is actually made of. Now, music-wise, the band has quite good sense what they are doing. It's clearly leaning on the atmospheric side, painting canvas with kind of a melancholic ideas, and the beautiful clean singing with which this band is maybe most known for is something that kind of takes that album to where it belongs. So this is kind of a female fronted melancholic melodic metal, rather than those ideas which I gave you earlier. But to kind of make this more detailed, there are various ideas from various genres. Even there's kind of a progressive metal layer underneath, and all this kind of makes sense when you start listening to the album. However, as well produced it is and how nicely sang as it is, I still found a little bit kind of a distortion, as a metaphor to put it, because the English parts of the songs being sang are something that kind of like I have a little bit problem with. I'm not saying they are bad, but they are clearly not as good as the Finnish parts. Now obviously this is just a matter of taste, and probably most of you won't be concerned by any of this. Just saying that there are some little things which I consider minor flaws. Well, the production is good. Songwriting could actually benefit a little bit more kind of a catchiness. That is, meanwhile, the atmosphere is just good. Some of those lengthy tracks kind of feel like they are going no place. It's like these kind of post-rock songs that last for like 10 minutes or so, and eventually you don't have a climax. It just ends abruptly, or in a way that it's kind of like, okay, we just have to finish it. There is no climax. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that is the metaphor of life for this kind of music, and it's kind of a suitable. But I was kind of hoping even more epic, kind of a more bombastic, kind of a more fantastic way to celebrate what is called druid metal. Nevertheless, if your cup of tea is folk metal with all the ingredients or most of the ingredients mentioned before, then I just urge you to check out Astrala, because it's a nicely done album, even if not great as such. So druid metal, is there any competition? Guess not. So if you are into druids and want to have the musical counterpart for your live action role playing feelings, get this album right now, or at least check out their samples online. This is me from Rauta. Nothing else to add. See you soon with another review. Stay back for more stuff to come. See ya next time.